Did you take the tape off? Holy.
Na 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 na.
Thunder.
We're back from no prep. That was so much fun. That was legitimately my first time racing heads up when I've had a bump and I've been able to bump in under full power. So much fun. It's way better than going to the track and just going for PRs all the time. Like, that's fun in itself, but I don't know, you keep wanting to push until you want to blow it up. I find with racing, you're tuning to the car you're racing and the guy next to you and the track, and it's so much fun. And the no prep track by far was the equalizer, because the cars that I was racing, they could go 4s all day on a good prep track, and then everyone was running like mid 5s. I think 520 something was the best pass. Now today, I do believe my car might have a boost leak. So what I did was I went into the plumbing section, I found a 4-inch cap for this side, and this is a 4 to 5 schedule, like 40 thing. So it does have a 5.5-inch opening, which is the same size as our compressor. We're gonna drill out a hole on this side, put either a valve in it or something I can hook a hose to, and we're gonna pressurize our system at the turbo inlet and see if we can find a boost leak. We're just gonna drill it out quickly for one of these, just a valve for like a rim. What did I get myself into here? Perfect, just like that. And now we'll clamp this piece into this piece. This piece is on. We got a soapy bubbles right here. Yeah, soapy bubbles. And the air compressor set up. Turn that on, get some pressure in it, fill this up, soapy bubbles, the rest of it, and then see what happens. I can see some bubbles leaking right there around that joint. Looks like we're leaking around all of our intake manifold bolts here. This one, that one back there. Looks like we're leaking around the gasket right here a little bit on that one. That must be these paper gaskets that just suck ass. Leaking around that bolt back there. On this side. I can hear our air to water bubbling. No, it's our fuel bubbling. Why is our fuel bubbling right now? I think our diaphragm might be leaking on our. I think our diaphragm might be leaking on our fuel, because as soon as I plug this in, our fuel starts bubbling. For the record, not my welding. You can see a bubble forming right there on that one weld. There's probably a bunch more, to be honest. I'm gonna put more air back in the air compressor. Once again, not my welds. There's a leak right there. There's a pinhole leak. And then there's 2 actually on the bottom side down here. One being pretty significant right where my hand is, right there, and another one right there. I definitely found our most significant leak. It is down here. You can actually hear it. I thought that was stuff coming from the engine, but I got some leaks to fix. I apologize to everybody who's been looking forward to our True North turbos. I put it to the test. It went damn good. It was even with all these leaks, it was actually faster than our old turbo. So okay, there's that. But we didn't get to see its full potential because I did put a ton on the dome pressure and it didn't make much more boost than 31 pounds. And it should have made more than that. And you can see the result why we have a bunch of pinhole leaks. So what happens is you just overspin the compressor. It starts making hot air. It doesn't make any more real boost. And yeah, you get more back pressure. I totally intended on fixing our boost leaks today, except it's raining out and I don't want to pull this apart outside. We've got the Beetle, Virginia's Fox in here, and the go-kart. Well, the lawnmower, sorry. But we did get in the mail some parts This is the windage tray for Virginia's engine right there. And then the front shocks actually came in as well. So we'll get the front shocks installed. She can install the windage tray, and then we can get the motor, trans, and everything in this car. She's kind of got the racing itch now that we went racing at that No Prep event. She's like, when are we going to get my car done? And it's just time consuming now. So we'll put in some hours on this thing, see how far we can get with this, and see if we can get it to be a roller running before the end of the season. It's almost September, and we have until the early October is probably the latest we can drive things. So it's going to be tight. We did end up just getting some 90-10 drag struts. Strange didn't sell anything for this year of spindle, so instead of upgrading the spindles and swapping out brakes, because we already have a set of brakes for these spindles that converted to 5-lug, we're just going to go with some 90-10s in the front, and then we got double adjustable Strange in the rear. And of course, our coilover sleeve does not fit over the shock. Shocker. The only reason that the Strange shocks don't work is you see how thin this is right here. Nobody makes one for a thicker one like this. So I ordered these ones, and go figure. Alright, you know what it is? It's that this piece up here on the top is actually too wide. So the body of the shock is actually the same size, like 2.18 versus 2.20. So the body of the shock is the right size. It's just this little piece right here. So I'm going to grind down this piece so that piece slips over this little collar ring right here. A wild Gina has appeared.
I'm right here.
You're right there. So we're going to actually get the windage tray in the engine, but we have to get the pan out, well, 2 bungs in it, windage tray, pan, oil pump tube. I'm good to go. Ready to rock. Cock out, rock out. Engine trans in the car. Car's gonna go fast because you put your pedal on the gas.
You're really good at rhyming.
I'm so white. Well, that's a nice surprise. It already has thread holes in it for bungs. It's like they knew you were gonna twin turbo the car when you put the pan on. I was gonna weld bungs in, but if we can just thread them in, that'll be better because you could probably thread like a 90 in there if you needed to.
Sick.
Sick!
Sick!
Sick Gina!
Gina.
Want to do the honors?
Yes.
Oh, look
okay,
at
baby,
it.
we're gonna go together.
You remember what O-ring we have to use?
I thought it was the black one or something.
Okay.
Based on the style.
This should be your thingamajig.
What thingamajig?
The windage tray.
La la. Look at that. Kyle threw out the other one, so now we got a new one.
That one's the right one, though.
Okay.
The other one was longer than that.
Missing
This opening is for something. Maybe back one. That might be the oil dipstick hole.
Oh yeah, that makes way more sense.
Whoa!
I was just throwing it on there.
Crank that soldier boy. You. It's almost together. This has been a long process, hasn't it?
Yes.
I feel like the next one probably will go smoother. Question mark? Do the Star Wars theme song when you put it on.
that one? Okay, sure. I need some bolts.
I haven't even watched all the Star Wars. People can be mad.
I didn't wash them.
Yeah, I do like how the Holly pan already comes with bungs twin turbos. It'd be looking good though.
Right?
It's complete. I can't believe it's complete.
I can believe it because it's been a long fucking time.
It has been. Keep cranking on it.
I'm just gonna get it down and then I'll torque them.
Cooled by Mishimoto, as always. They be helping out all the builds. So we got the flywheel put on the engine. This is your new torque converter. It's just a Summit one. It's like their nitrous converter.
Okay.
I don't remember what they stall it out. 3,400 stall or something. The thing is, in a turbo car, the stall is basically whatever you want it to be, because as soon as you start building boost, it starts increasing the torque in the motor, and you can just push through the converter however you want. Heavy, isn't it? I don't even know if we have converter bolts for it, but that's okay, because we can go get converter bolts from the store.
Okay.
We have to put a like a quart of oil inside the converter and then slide it into the transmission. It likely will spill some fluid out too, because
I mean, you already did.
I did spill a lot of
fluid all over.
Trying to put fluid in the converter and it just like overfilled.
Yeah, basically. So now that it's slippery as.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
Oh my God, it's so slippery.
This happens when you lube it up.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, one click. Now for reference, it took me like 20 minutes to mine in my car.
Okay. Am I supposed to lift or?
Yeah, lift and turn and push in at the same time. There's probably a real way to do it.
There's probably what?
Probably a good way to do it, and I don't know how to do it, and it takes me forever to do it myself.
Should we Google this?
It'll be like constant pressure and lubrication.
Wow.
Oh, you just got it. There you go. It's all the way in. That's it.
I'm an expert now! How do you know it's all the way in?
Because you can see the depth from like the face here to this face.
Okay.
Yeah, that matches where the flywheel would go.
So I put it on the tanks too?
Yep.
Dang, I'm an expert!
It should spin over, to be honest. This is how you're going to line it up?
Yeah, just like this.
Just straddle the transmission and pull the engine into it?
Mm-hmm. It's got to tip though. I'm going to tip it.
Okay. Dang, that's a unit right there. That's a James Hatfield built transmission. That's a Gina built motor.
Yeah!
The best of the best. Two sexies. Your hands be slippery from the oil?
Yeah. From the hoil.
The oil.
The hoil. It's ready to go in now.
Yep, we just got to crank this all the way one way, soldier boy.
We
Torque
did a
converters
thing.
in. Torque converters in.
Yep. It's actually.
Trans is bolted up.
Look at it though!
Here I am, using my hands like a peasant. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do when you're too lazy to get the tool. And then it ends up being more work in the long run because you didn't go get the tool. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Logic.
Now we gotta start tipping it in.
Is all that stuff underneath the car gonna be an issue now?
Am I hitting something already? I also seen the lightning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Lots of lightning. Did you take the tape off? Holy!
Take the tape off what?
The intake?
There was none on this side.
There wasn't?
No. This side was against the car. It was the other side that was against like the atmosphere that I taped up.
Oh. Shove it in there, baby.
Spit on it. As far as it goes. Look at it.
Just look at it.
It's in there. That's the one you built.
I know. It's exciting.
The one thing we gotta pull this valve cover and put a vent in it, like the other one over there too.
Okay.
That's the only other thing. Your Holly pan plugs clear really well. See the plug right there for the oil return? That's gonna be for your turbo on each side. I'm excited. We get to build stuff soon. Like turbo kit stuff. That's like my favorite. Also, it's like 4 o'clock right now. Look how dark it is outside.
It's a thunderstorm. It's kind of sick.
Na 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 na. Fun
Thunder.
stuff.
All right, I'm getting the strap.
What the? We got some bolts for our doohickey. It's crazy that they make you buy 12-inch bolts. Like, wait. Yeah, 12-inch bolts for this mount, but like, I guess that's what it takes, 12-inch bolts. Well, we got everything to fit in there with the shocks and the coilovers and whatnot and junk, but now our SVO brakes don't fit the stock 4-lug spindles. So I have no idea. I've searched the internet and I just can't come up with a definitive answer. I think I need new spindles to fit any style brakes. These are from a 83 to 86, I believe. 4-lug, and I was just trying to convert it to 5-lug so that we could have the same in the front and the rear, bolt pattern wise. We get nice matching wheels, but the way she goes sometimes. And you know what? All I was trying to do was trying to have matching front and rear 5-lug setups instead of having 4 in the front, 5 in the back, or 5 in the back, 4 in the front. That was the same thing, just reversed. So we use our SVO rotors. They don't fit the factory 4-lug spindles, so I need to get a different spindle or something. But every time I look for a spindle online, they're like $300 a side for some reason. We might have to go to the junkyard or something. You know what's crazy is that my old New Edge is in the junkyard right now, and I bet those spindles would fit on this thing. Well, apparently this stuff doesn't work. The rotor is not made for this one. It's too wide. The one I'm looking for this specific spindle is apparently the 83 Ford Ranger. Ford Ranger. So we'll just package this stuff up, move on from this. We're gonna put the transmission mount in, probably the intake on, the accessories on the front, and probably try and figure out a spot to put these turbos. Well, that goes together super well. The Team Z custom cross member for LS swap with their brackets and the transmission bracket, everything just bolted in like super, super easy. My favorite is when I take stuff apart and then I forget how to put it back together again. Sorry, Humpty Dumpty. The accessories are basically in place here. We got to get the pulley tool to put the pulley on this one. This tensioner isn't in the exact right spot, but we'll figure that out after. And then we need an alternator, but this is the general location of everything, and we can work with that. Don't say you not done it. Slice my finger open, Band-Aid, mechanic Band-Aid. It actually hurts like a mofo right now. I don't even know how I sliced my finger, I just did it. Everything is basically in there. I did drop the water pump as I was trying to fit a gasket in the back. That's how I sliced my finger. It did nick the friggin' radiator, of course, and I hope that does not leak. I hope that doesn't leak. If it does, it's my fault. Sorry, Mishimoto. And then to finish it off, we have the Mishimoto rad fans, the ones that I stole that I put on my car. I replaced them, full price. Mishimoto, but I got it from Summer Racing, so shout out to both those guys. Now the real predicament is trying to get these two turbos to fit in there decent without making them look really stupid. I have an idea, that's why the green tape is here obviously, but I need to get a V-band clamp for both of these, which is at the other garage. So I might run over and grab those and then start trying to place these things. I need something to hold them up. Alright, well I don't want to look dumb, I'm cutting up another piece of metal over there, and I built like a little jig that just fits here on, needs to be welded up still, and might have to shim it on one side. But then I put these little pieces on here. These are tapped for M6 bolts, so this thing can be bolted down. I'll build a piece off this that goes to the turbo, that one that goes to the turbo, and then they'll both be in roughly the same spot, hopefully. And we'll build off that. That way it doesn't look super dumb where one is like 20 degrees and the other one's at 10 degrees, like some people do. I've been doing a lot of hard thinking, so I haven't been filming much.
I think one of my favorite things about Kyle is that he's not afraid to just do it. You know, he doesn't care if he makes mistakes the first time, he just does it. He just figures it out. That's respectable. I like it.
Oh, because you did it the opposite way, I think.
Did I?
Yeah, you did it the opposite. Because
Don't touch it.
It was slanted. I know, I was just pointing.
So I should flip it the other way.
Yeah.
So I gotta cut this one off.
I think it would have worked, but you did it backwards.
Okay. Grinder is up here. So that's kind of what I wanted right there, like that. So we'll just weld this piece to this piece now. And once we weld that, then we can put it back on.
And slide it wherever you need to.
Yeah.
And then replicate it for the other side.
So we'll take this piece.
He's got one set off.
Ooh, I got the second one over here though. With the second stand.
Hanger.
Hanger.
Not a stand if it's hanging, is it?
Well, it's a stand if it's on top of the turbo.
What?
I don't know.
I think it's still a hanger because it's literally hanging. Nice hanger. Nice cock.
So we want the to be this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be tipped. So it's this way, and tipped that way.
I think you got it under control, baby.
Sketchy counts. Kind of cool though. Turbos are a little on the small side, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool if we can get them kind of like that one over there. I just want it to look cool.
It's gonna look sick.
And then my other idea, we'll have to cut this piece out because this is in the way obviously, but the way I positioned it, the exhaust should just come up with like a 90 and a straight piece kind of like just up like that. So you can just loop it up into this, and then we can come right up there and put the gate, the wastegate right here too.
Oh, okay, sick.
So the 2 PSI gates will be like right behind the turbos.
Nice.
It's kind of my idea anyways.
It's an idea. It's definitely a good idea, I think.
Good idea. Do they look pretty close at least?
Angle-wise or what?
Everything. So this one's gonna go.
You probably should have made it so that you could detach
See,
the end and then just slide this off.
I know.
Because now you have to cart that whole thing over again.
Here's our little jig. Wait, the other side looks better. Yep.
Look at you go!
I'm crossfitting! Going into Beetle car.
Don't hit the beetle again. Ooh, guys. I punched out the hole for you.
Hey!
That's pretty good.
Looks pretty neat. Probably just shim up one side of this thing. There, and now we can adjust them individually a little bit here.
Dang, you're so good.
It took so long to build this piece, but if I was trying to build something out of hand, it would have taken me so much longer.
Because you didn't have a jig of some sort?
Yeah, if that makes sense.
No,
So,
I feel like that putting the work in to do that probably made more sense than anything.
So there's a couple things we're probably going to have to do is relocate these water lines.
Oh.
So they go from here to here, or we just cap them for now, one of the two. That's your heater, so if you want a heater.
I mean, I might eventually want a heater.
And
Looks good though. Good job, baby.
it's going to be cool, I think.
Pretty exciting.
Look at all this free labor I get.
How's it look? Look pretty
I
even?
think it looks pretty good. It's hard to also tell with the engine mount.
The hoist there? Yeah.
Look how good it looks! I
So
think the lighting right now is just, it makes this one look dark and maybe it looks funny, but it looks so good.
We lined it up we measured from those bolts there with some tape and lined it up, and they're pretty friggin' close, the angle wise.
I think you killed it.
Yeah. The only thing is, we're going to have to put a neat little 90 here for the coolant system. That's about it.
You're such a smart cookie.
I think it looks good. It looks great.
It's gonna look sick all put together. Yeah. What you gotta say?
I like it. I like it a lot. We got some work ahead of us to do.
Yeah. Did you talk about already that the brakes don't work?
Yeah, I did that on camera,
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. Yeah, so it turns out that Ranger rotors are going to work for this application, and we'll save those other ones in case we get SN95 spindles, so the ones that are on this car.
Oh, okay.
So if you get that kind of spindles, the bigger brakes will work, because I think those brakes are 11.5 inches, and the Ranger brakes are 9 inches. So they're a bit smaller, but
Okay.
we got a light car on our hands. And then we got the shocks to work. We get to do some fabbing next time. It's all coming together.
You're an artist, okay? You're a fab
This took a
artist.
while. This took probably 2 or 3 hours to jig up.
I feel like the prep work, though, you put the time into the prep work, then it makes your actual assembly work probably a bit easier.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good job.
My white is taking up the whole screen.
Oh yeah, we got a PCs and get a V, don't we?
I can't even see you. The
I know,
camera's
your white is taking
I'm
up all the
so
light.
white that it just blacks you out in the background.
You the ghost with the most, remember that?
I am the ghost with the most. Y'all remember that if you've been to my YouTube page when I did makeup.
All her links are in the bio, all my links in the bio. PCZ,
Get that
Get
V.
that V.